This is the Yes4All weight plate tree holder. This is everything you get in the box here. You get your two base pieces and your centerpiece there, and then you get the weight tree right there, and then you get the clamps there to hold the weights on, and you get a little bag of hardware and a little wrench there. So you can see there's the big weight tree right there, and it's already assembled. All you do is just attach it to the base right down here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this together real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like. One thing I noticed here when I was putting these in, that this one is a little bit shorter here, and so I noticed here that you have two different sizes here, and it's slightly shorter here on two of them. So I'm going to use those two to go into the bottom here, and then I'll do the four that are all the same size in those four holes there. The hardware comes with some included wrenches, but I preferred using my own. I got an 11/16" wrench here and an 11/16" socket on my socket wrench, and that was a lot easier. I just put it over here to the side of this chest that I'm working on, and it's a lot easier to tighten it up this way. I went ahead and got the two on there. These are the locking ones, so they got that seal in there, so it takes a little bit to tighten it up to break that seal so that it stays solid, and then that way they won't come loose from rattling around. But the issue is with these little wrenches, it can be a little challenging to get this on there because you can't put it on hand tight. You got to really crank it down with the wrenches. Yeah, with the wrench there holding it in place, and with the socket wrench over here, I can actually even do this one-handed. So it really makes a difference, where if you use those little wrenches there, it's going to be really tough to tighten this up all the way. So this goes pretty easy, especially if you put it on the side of the chest right here. I'm using my freezer chest here to set it on, and then I could just tighten it up really easy there. You just put your little washer on there, and then you just put this on here. Like I said, you can only tighten it up so much because it's got that little rubber seal in there to lock it so that it doesn't come loose, doesn't rattle loose there, but it can be a little bit challenging to tighten up with these little tools here. For this part here, I ended up leaning it against my tool chest here so that I could work on the bottom right here. And then I just put the bolts through there and then put that plate on there. Now I can tighten it up. One mistake I realized is that you're supposed to put washers on both sides. And so I got some extra washers here. I'm going to have to take these back off and put the washers on. So don't make that same mistake that I did. Make sure you put your washers on both sides there. So yeah, I realized I had 4 extra washers here, and I'm like, where do these go? But then you look in the directions here, and it shows washers on both sides, on the sides with the bolts and the sides with the nuts. It also comes with these clips here that you can put on the top to keep your weights from falling off. And it is big enough. I wasn't sure if it would sit high enough off the ground to put the big weights on there, so it can hold the 45s on the bottom. No problem there. It's also got 2 slats there to put bars in, so you could put your weight bars in there. And it feels like it's good quality. It's got good welds on there. It's got a nice finish on it. It's got nice caps on the sides there. And it's got nice rubber feet on there. So it looks pretty nice. The only issue I had here is it's not super stable. It's a little bit wobbly. I'm not sure if that's my floor or if that's the rack itself. But if that bothers you, if you have that same issue, you can always put a shim under the feet there, like a little piece of cardboard or something to stable it out. And then the nuts and bolts are a different color there. They're like a silver color instead of the black there. So they kind of stand out. But I mean, other than that, I'm just being picky here. This is a really nice weight tree here. This will hold the weights really good there. So yeah, this is pretty nice.